Hello my friend, welcome to another adventure.
A chaotic one at that. A very cold and snowy one. Has me dreaming of warmer days.
Disaster. Pass is closed. No one's going anywhere. Everybody's freaking out. I just drove 16 hours to get to the middle of this snowstorm so I could camp at a ski resort and get some fresh runs. As you can see behind me, it is absolutely dumping. And the ride-in this morning was a little sketchy. But so far, the all-wheel drive system and the 3 peak rated snow tires combined have crushed it. This is my first time at Stevens Pass. Hopefully I don't get lost. Let's get on the mountain.
Heading north into the Pacific Northwest, I set off to explore some of the Cascade mountain range. Stevens Pass was one of the lowest trading routes across the Cascades. Native Americans knew this area as the guardian spirit of snow, a place prone to avalanches. The deadliest of U.S. history actually occurred here in 1910. Sweeping 2 stationary trains off the tracks into the valley below. I felt a case of vertigo quickly setting in. Certain that this had to be one of the steepest lifts I'd ever been on. Beautiful nonetheless, until I found myself in a sticky situation.
That sign says, warning, cliffs and extremely difficult terrain. Very dangerous cliffs ahead. I don't know the terrain here very well. And somehow I ended up right next to this 80-foot cliff. And I'm certainly not a cliff jumper, so I'm gonna hike over this hill. Because I think that's my best way down. That does not involve visiting an emergency room today. Snow's about knee high, and I'm gonna take an alternate route. Oh my gosh, that is insane. Probably the scariest moment I've ever experienced skiing is coming up to an 80-foot drop with no idea how I'm gonna get down. So I just sound like a kook, but really, as you can see, there are a couple lines in the snow, but no signs of people, which usually means that you're in an area that very few have the capability of skiing. I just came up that, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna make it to a groomer here in a second, even if it is a vertical drop. It's way better than that 80-foot cliff right there. This is a position you don't want to be in 4 feet of snow. Here's a friendly reminder that tree wells are very dangerous and you don't want to get stuck in them. That's where you suffocate. What happens is the snow falls really heavy, but the branches of the tree protect the ground right below it. So it kind of creates a well or a ditch around the base of the tree. And you can get too close to the tree while all the snow piles in on you. It's really hard to get out and can be extremely dangerous. So don't do what I did. I'm stuck in an almost tree well. And that's why it's really important to always ski with a friend. Oh my gosh. There are 3 huge tractor trailer trucks trying to get through the pass. But since they shut it down for avalanche control, it's closed in both directions, so it's kind of creating some chaos. Thankfully, I got my van. There's a lot of snow coming down. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is when you're camping in cars and you have a diesel heater, this exhaust. When I hopped out this morning, it was covered in ice. There was an exit area for the exhaust because it was hot, but there was a whole chunk of ice around it. Can be pretty scary to think about that getting blocked, so please make sure to always ensure that that is clear and that you have enough clearance to not have any issues with your diesel heater inside. Look at this snow wall! It's so tall! It's almost the height of my van. Just kidding. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it is pretty tall. I can't move into the RV camping parking lot yet until around 4 or 5 because I have to plow the parking lot. But once I'm allowed in, we're gonna head up and I'm gonna show you my camp spot. Disaster. No one's going anywhere. Everybody's freaking out. I don't know when they're gonna open the pass again. It's all fun and games until Mother Nature says no more. And then life just stops. Stories you hear about people being stuck in cars, it's not a fun tale. There's people stuck on the pass behind that plow. Welcome to the Stevens Pass RV lot. Look at that. And this behind me is the overnight RV parking lot, which is really cool because a lot of ski resorts don't let you stay overnight in a parking lot. And they actually have electric hookups here, up to 30 feet and up to 40 feet. When I booked this, the reservations were full right after I made it. But it's nice and wide open tonight because they closed the pass and nobody can get up here. Hopefully, if everything goes as planned, I'm gonna move my van up here. Just waiting for them to clear the lot. These must be people that were here last night. But there's at least 2 feet of snow on the ground, at least. Well, change in plans. The pass has now been closed for multiple hours now. I'm essentially stranded in my parking spot because the entire resort is trying to leave. So they're all lined up, waiting until they open the passes, which, fingers crossed, they actually do that. Otherwise, I will be sitting here all night in this spot. The van is totally covered in snow. I know they're blasting for avalanches right now. Just gotta give them their time to keep conditions as safe as possible. No avalanches. We don't want any more of those this week.
And as I sat in the cold, dark snowstorm, contemplating my life decisions in a parking lot, I'm thinking, I should have been a boat life creator. Lived on a tropical island, enjoyed fresh coconuts, white sandy beaches, and warm, glorious sunshine. Instead of staring at the snow piling up on my van. If only. Oh, wait.
I had to stop in Washington to fill up on my diesel, and I'm not stoked about the fact that it is $1.50 more per gallon than regular gasoline. If you know why, please tell me, because it is $6 a gallon for diesel and $4.50 for regular gas. What the heck? If I don't remember correctly, a few years ago it was flipped and gasoline was always more expensive than diesel. Just goes to be my luck. I finally get a diesel vehicle and it's $1.50 more per gallon. Washington, what's going on? Not stoked about that. I am stoked, however, about the fact that there's a roller coaster across the street. What is that? And why am I not on it? So I decided to get on the roller coaster. Let's go. Nothing like being a kid again. Oh my gosh, I'm just like on an icy pole. Oh, this is so great. Check out these views. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Leavenworth, Washington. Let's get some sausage and cheese.
As much as I want to say this cute little town has a rich German history behind it, it doesn't. Originally settled during the gold rush, it became rich in logging, mining, and timber. It was a booming place until it wasn't.
Everything looks like I'm in Germany or, you know, Bavaria. I'm not really sure, but it looks like it's gonna taste good.
When the railroad was moved to bypass Leavenworth, rendering it a ghost town.
I found out where Bigfoot works.
It wasn't until much later when two businessmen decided to create the Bavarian part of Leavenworth.
It's ginormous.
In order to bring the town back to life. And that it did.